Good afternoon, class. So today is 12th of July and we will have to cover the countries of today. So the first news is related to the population policy, and this population policy has been justified by Mr. Yogi Adityanath in concern with regard to the fact that he have already established, and he have said that it is to basically include the development and decrease the inequality among the population. There have been a gap between the level of children with regard to the nutrition value, and premature birth or the birth at the younger ages when the girl is not fully prepared to basically bear a child has been the causes of concern. Other than that, they want to increase the contraceptive prevalence from 31% by 2026 and 52% by 2030, so that more contraceptives are being used and more things are being basically uh, taken into consideration for family planning. The total fertility has been declining from 2.7 to 2.1 and will be declining up to 1.7 by 2030. Now, with regard to the maternal mortality rate, they have been needed to be declining from 197 to 98 by 2030. That is the target that has been fixated. The data is not so important, but you just have to need the information that with regard to the objective of the government, the major objective has been better performance with regard to the various determinants of the health sector that the government intends to do. Now, other than that, when we talk about the next, that is the Chinese protest against the Dalai Lama. So this is on Dalai Lama celebration, as it was hoped that it will be protested by the government of China, as the area that has been claimed by Dalai Lama has been earlier belonging to the region of Tibet. So therefore, there is another problem with regard to that. The next news is related to cooperative spirit. So what is this cooperative spirit? First of all, I hope you remember the cooperatives are generally existing in 3 or 4 major departments. The one being the agriculture, the second one is the marketing, and the third one is the credit. When we talk about majority of the cooperative sector enterprises, they are existing in agriculture and marketing. Now, with regard to the objectivity of why this cooperative ministry has been formed, there have been two multiple issues that are related to it. So we must understand that the ministry should exist as a catalyst and not as a command center. There are state and market intermix of cooperatives that are currently existing, and they will currently have to oversee the cooperative sector. Other than that, when we talk about the ministry, there is a power ministry, or this ministry should basically oversee the things that are happening over there. And in that, there have been possibilities in the past also. We have seen that a control should not be happening at the centralized level. Now, please remember, there is a dispute regarding to the legalization of the cooperative ministry, because certain states have raised the issue that under the federal structure, the you can say a conscious thing to basically have is with regard to the subject which falls under the state purview. So I hope you remember, under the union there are 3 lists, and in this one list the cooperative ministry is currently falling. So that has been the case. Other than that, what is the objective of the cooperative ministry? That is also needed to be stated when we talk about the profit making. That is not the only thing that the cooperative ministry should be focusing upon. There should be sharing of the equitable distribution of profit that is being generated among all the stakeholders. And other than that, there should be political control and influence that is needed to be maintained. So there is autonomy at grassroots level. There must be autonomy to ensure the centralization, and therefore no exclusion should occur. That is the only thing that we should be looking forward and should be hoping to be happening in the near and the later term. Other than that, when we talk about the case, there is transparency and accountability and efficiency that we should be focusing upon, and not other than that, there should be other issues. The next one is with regard to the social issues. So this is a Kerala model for anti-discrimination law. Now, when we talk about social issues, what are the laws we are talking about? Now, some people may say that anti-discrimination will surely include a type of a designation that would basically be able to provide equality among the citizen, and there should be existence of no discrimination. But as we know, in the case of India, even if the discrimination is not there, there is silent segregation of the individual on the basis of race, gender, religion, community, and caste. So ethnic discrimination is also existing over there. We have already seen that there is a project that is the housing discrimination project. Now, in that, there have been exclusion of the Muslims with regard to the urban rental housing. A lot of people are not very comfortable with regard to giving Muslims the rental housings, and they basically want to stay away from them. Other than that, there is a Pew Research which says that there is a religious affinity for the neighbors. That is, they want their neighbors to be of the same religion. So that is another part that we as a society has to help. Now, when we talk about Section 377, when it was struck by the Supreme Court of India as a form of unconstitutional existence. So that has been the relation between the same sex, which has been decriminalized now. And under that, even if we look at the Constitution, there has been Article 15, which provides about that there shall be no discrimination on the basis of the religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Now, with regard to that, there have been discrimination on the grounds, and there have been multiple debates that whether we should include another discrimination factors into the already mentioned 4 or 5 sectors, because these are the only grounds of discrimination that the state need not to be doing. Now, when we talk about what are the other things we could include, so there should be ethnicity, identity, nationality, disability, and physical appearance. Now, in that particular case, they are not barred individually, and the subtle silent segregation of the individual on the basis of the caste or any other factors that are there, they do not bar the actions or do not bar the institutions from basically discriminated against the individual. Now, when it comes to discrimination on individual basis, there are community, gender, ethnic, they have existed over the years and they have increased over the years. And when we talk about the proportional impact, it is a different subsets which then are combined to form a greater impact, which is, I think, more difficult for the persons to bear. So this is Dalit women and community that they are currently referring to. Now, even if it seems neutral amongst all, there have been disproportional impact on the people with regard to the admission to the convent school, with regard to the various facilities that are offered to the common localities. We have seen certain localities in which in a particular city, within a particular city, if there are certain people who are living or are belonging to the vulnerable section of the society, they are provided the least amount of facility at the last of the time. So that is also discrimination that is existing. Now, what we can do? We can either provide the legal remedies. So laws for all form of discrimination is not possible, because how will you define discrimination? There is no way to measure the discrimination. If there is a silent segregation, you cannot measure it. When we look at the Sachar Committee report, they have asked for anti-decriminalization law. And with regard to that, there has been equality bill. So Modi government is not very keen to basically provide that. Now, state must take the lead, and in that Kerala must be best suited for the poll promise that they have already announced. So this is a type of agenda with regard to the political view also. But I think we have taken note of the equality as for such. So I will not be going into the detail what has been written specifically crafted for Kerala. I hope you remember all the other issues that we have talked about equality and the discrimination that individuals face in the face of it. So these are the things that are currently needed. Now, this is a shaping a trilateral as a Rome look to Indo-Pacific. I hope you remember Italy have earlier been very lackadaisical with regard to the establishment of the relations with India. But as there has been imminent threat in the Cyprus and the region that is situated in the Mediterranean Sea, in which the Turkey has been increasing its influence around the Cyprus island that is existing over there, which Italy and Greece have both claimed. With regard to that, Italy and Turkey have been basically engaging in the Middle East, and they are also flexing their muscles because the economy have grown manifold over some past years. Now, when it comes to India, India has been looking the world view from its own angle. Now, the increasing interests definitely could be acting as to create a balancing power in the Mediterranean Sea. So the enemy of your enemy is your friend. So that has been the philosophy we are currently feeling. Now, with regard to that, there have been a trilateral agreement between India, Japan, and Rome, which are agreeing on the free open Indo-Pacific. And there have been a major point of coordination with regard to the G20 summit, because this is going to be held in 2021 by Italy and 2022 by Italy and 2023 by India. So that is where we have been looking for. There have been solidarity and cooperation, that is the immediate cause between India and Italy with regard to the pandemic, Indo-Pacific security, and also the cooperation that we are currently seeking with India. There is this person called as Mr. Draghi. He have openly asking for European Union for active role, which was maybe a proactive and balancing with regard to the hegemonic and the assertive situation or the position of China. And they must not define targets, but we will also have to define approaches, objectives, and also clearly state and mandatorily basically provide a type of a roadmap or a framework with regard to the achievement of the full potential of the relations in the near term. So that has been the case here. The next news is new IT rules are empowering and will protect users. This has been said by IT Minister. They have said that they are pushing for the transparent and the strong independent journalism system. The social media basically have to comply with the law of the sovereign land, and they have to follow all the mandated laws that have been listed by the government, and should appoint a grievance officer that should take appeal from the public, institution and government. And any company that is having more than 500,000 subscribers should be basically considering the appointment of the grievance officer with regard to the resolutions of the complaint from whichever sector or from whichever framework they are generally coming. So I hope this is clear. Next one is the HALE is set to deliver first batch of the 3 LCH. So LCH is the light combat helicopter, and there will be first batch that will be supplied to the Indian Army. I hope you remember what is the objective of Indian Army, basically to ramp up the facility in the Ladakh area. So this is strong and independent journalism that is there, and social media companies will have a grievance officer. Sorry, not the social media company, but the I'm mixing the other two. I'm still stuck with the social media company because it has actually led to various questions with regard to the freedom of expression and the other issues. So that has been the case. Now, when it comes to the 3 light combat helicopters, they have been given. 15 has been ordered by Army. They are subject to the acceptance and the training, and they should be suitable enough to be capable to be operating an altitude of 12,000 feet. So I think the Indian Army would have sufficient by that. The next one is Bihar Kesaria Buddha Stupa waterlogged. So this is Kesaria Buddha Stupa that has been drowned on waterlogged with respect to the various things that are happening, and this has been evacuated by General Cunningham in 1861 and 62. Now, with regard to that, there have been 110 kilometers that this particular statue is situated from the capital, and I think the maintenance should be taken care of by the government because it is of importance for the culture significance and all other values that it currently holds with regard to the Buddhist religion. So I think that could have been done. The next news is related to Kabul airport NATO allies. You can already know Richard Branson has been the first person who have been in the space tourism race. So Bandla became third Indian origin woman to fly into the space after Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams. So she was an aeronautical engineer which has been accompanying Richard Branson in going to the space if there is any form of engine failure or any form of other mishappening that are needed to be taken care of. I hope this is clear. The next news is related to so this is it. Please remember, Djokovic makes his 20 all, and he have basically won recently the 6th Wimbledon and the 20th Grand Slam title by defeating Matteo Berrettini. ठीक है, तो इसको ध्यान रखिएगा. I hope this is clear.